Go.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is February 20th, 2016, and we are blessed to be here together to really bring about our new beginnings, our new adventures with Nikken, and to really create the ease that this business has really been flourishing in, and especially over the last, I would say, 4 months. It's like we went, 180. We're like on a completely new path. I keep saying I feel like I'm resonating with Nikken and its means of sharing this gift with the world in such a better way. And I get to share, and I love to share. Everybody knows, I love to share. And that's all I'm doing. I don't feel like I'm going out and, trying to make this and trying to do this and trying to do that. And every day I get to go out and share. And it's just been so easy. And some of it is passive. I'm teaching a course right now, Success Together, or I'm facilitating in it. And we're using the book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And in there, he says you can have happiness and money. And he says, learn to think passive income. Well, this is one way that we're going to learn today by using social media, by going out and sharing this amazing benefit for people. And I'm not only talking about the technology, I'm talking about the business, because without the business, we wouldn't have people sharing it. And it's really been amazing. What other, we had this big event with a 40%, sale. But what was interesting with that is that I have people coming to me yet from that event saying, you know what, I don't care. I heard what it did for so-and-so, and I want it now. People want it now. It's not about, how much, or I missed that, or I'm going to wait for the next one. I had a girl come here. She's an extremely well-known life coach. And she walked into my home and she said, I don't know what's going on in your house, but I walked in and I knew that you were going to be my answer to wellness. In my office, I have a massage table and I have the sleep system on it. I sold 2 sleep systems, not by saying nothing, but by having them just lay down on the pad. The lady got up and said, one lady, she goes, I don't know what's in this, but I've never felt this way. She goes, I need this. I'm building up tension in my body and I know it. She goes, I felt like everything was taken away when I laid down on that pad. So, we don't have to make it hard. And we're hoping today that we find out from Patricia some of the, beginning steps to, get your groundwork. How to do auto ship, a passive form of income. And from Gary, how to integrate this amazing, it seems like a volume of information simplistically in the new, and not new, but well-used social media, and have that a part of your business, not all of your business. So, Patricia, how about taking it away? Start with the beginning.
Okay, well, good morning. Patricia Van Gilder here. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm just delighted to be here with everybody. And yeah, one of the great things about Nikken is they offer discounts to us and our customers through the program called Auto Ship. And that is when you sign up for Auto Ship, that's gonna be your ship date every month. And you can go in and change it online every month. I do every single month. I get different things. Some of them are repeated and some of them I don't need every month. But when you're on your home page in your back office, the toolbar across the top has a spot in the middle of it that's called ordering. And that is where you place your wholesale and retail orders, and where you can go down through there and look at, there's a bar for auto ship. And by clicking on that, I did it last night. You can walk through this. It'll take you through the whole shopping list of all the products that are available to either be shipped in auto ship, or like the nutritionals and the skincare line, our replacement filters for the air filters, the water filters. These items are discounted, and for consultants, that is an additional 10% off the wholesale price. So it's a great way to get things at a reduced price and to come to you regularly and get the benefit and start to get your story about the jade greenzymes, how it helped with allergies. Or I've got one lady taking the jade greenzymes and her skin is improving. I have a lady at church and she just gets the jade greenzymes for energy. She's working 2 jobs. So that is a step-by-step process when you click on auto ship. And below the auto ship is, on that same column in ordering, is price lists. And on the price list, it will show you everything that's available on auto ship. And the nice thing about it is you can get a power chip or a knee wrap or some insoles, some other things, maybe not at a discount, but they can share that minimum UPS shipping fee. We've got a $9.50 shipping here in Tennessee, and so they can share the box. And that's a savings. So if you need just a few small items, you can add that in. So anything that, any questions on that, you can call me. And then but the other beautiful thing that Nikken has offered is for all of our customers, we can offer them 25% off of retail. That's huge. And that is a monthly commitment to buy the products. However, it's not signing a contract. If they get into that and they're unhappy for some reason, or their circumstances change, they can get off it. And so it's some other companies, they're like a commitment. And so, but that is a minimum of a $100 purchase is where you get the discount. I did mean to mention that. So anyway, that's a great way to get repeat customers, and then they're going to start to see the benefit and say, well, what else do you have? And then you get them started on the water and like Ruth was talking about, the sleep system, our other wonderful wellness home products. So auto ship is going to be a part of your like Ruth was talking, your residual, your passive income that's going to be repeated every month. That's going to come in. And then you can touch base with these people when new products come out, or say like when our new skincare line came out that's 100% organic, you can communicate with them and say, you can add this to your auto ship. Try the skincare or the night eye serum or whatever. So so how's that, Ruth? You got
good. And just also correct me on this, but at the end of February, is that when the 10% is not going to be? Is that Gary?
It's already started, and you don't have to have 100 auto ship. It can be a $10 auto ship. If it's nutritional and skincare, you'll get to 25% off.
Thank you.
There's no minimum.
And there's a flyer that Dennis Williams actually created. And Gary, I don't know if I'm sure you've seen that.
I haven't seen Dennis's flyer.
Okay, I will send it to you. And everyone on the call I will send to as well. It's an amazing flyer that already was done, and we can just put our name in and our connection, and away we go. So Yeah, it has everything about the 25% savings on it. And, you know, to start, there's a Get Start button on the very top, you know, to do your personal web page. You know, just like doing this call this morning, there's a learning curve. Don't worry about getting everything straight the first time. You know, I can't tell you how long it was before I even had a website to go out and talk to the people. You know, I kept doing by the seat of my pants and having a good time doing it, you know. We have now, for consultants, you know, we have the website included. So people are postponing that to have their store available for people. So, all right. And if you have questions, pass them in on the chat, and we'll, you know, try to hit as many as we can. So, also there's, you know, people don't feel you're alone. We can have more of these. Patricia has made an amazing Connect with Nikken list of all the different conference calls. You know, in years past, I've spent thousands of dollars on going to this retreat and this motivational thing, you know. And here, through Nikken, through the passionate people that have come together to make this world better, we're doing this all free. F-R-E-E, free, you know. And it's like, duh. And they're recorded. You can listen to them later. You know, go to bed listening to something positive. I mean, it's wonderful. The dreams are great. They're about prosperity and helping, you know, not the worries of the world. So, you know, use these tools. Also, you know, we can do, I don't have to be in your area to do a 21 club. We've got tools right here. And I have joined Zoom as well. I'm the learning curve of it, but I've joined so that we have this tool to use to create that connection, to do 21 clubs. You know, I figured it out, and my math may not be all that good, but if you get 4 people on auto ship and they get 4 people on auto ship, and, you know, roughly at, say, $100, you know, on auto ship. And really, I mean, people go to Earth Fare and Whole Foods and, you know, I hate to say it, GNC, but they're spending a lot more than that, you know, on nutritionals and not knowing if they work. Well, if you do that, like even 2 months in a row, your basic income can be $3,600. You know, so keep auto ship is really a grounding tool to get this business moving. Then you have the sales, you have the big ticket, you know, items as well. But there's a phrase that one lady said to me, and she said, you know, the better I feel, the better I want to feel. You know, get people to understand what that is and want it for themselves. You know, I was at 45 years old told I was going to be in a wheelchair. You know, on inhalers and autoimmune crap and you name it. Well, people try to keep up with me now, and I got to tell you, I got older and better. You know, so you know, really, it's quite fun to be part of this. So, Rose, you have a question. What is it?
Yes. I've had people, I brought, because I finally got my waterfall.
Yay!
Really, yay. And I just happened to bring a jar of water with me for the people at work to try. And they were all like, well, I love this water. How can I get it? And I'm like, well, I'll let you know next week. But so my question basically is, I know about the auto ship, but is that one of the products that they can get the 25% off? or is it just the nutritionals and the face stuff?
You know,
that you would
you actually, the water system, when you compare it to other water systems that are out and the value of what you're going to get here, it is so low. And those people, you know, if they're going out to get Starbucks or bottled water, and you add it up for them, honey, they're paying a lot more, not in a year even, in 6 months, than they will save by getting this water system. So, you know, saving money, getting the quality, the benefits, and we can help you with that. You know, we can call and talk about the water.
So basically then they would just have to go on auto ship for the, and I did get the flyer, by the way. It was a great flyer. I printed it out to bring to work.
Well, just make sure you take Dennis's name off of it, or otherwise they'll go to their site.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically then they would have to purchase the water thing at retail price, correct?
Yep. And that's
the only thing that's on auto ship would be like the supplements or the insoles, I think I saw maybe. I don't know.
Well, actually, there's quite a bit, and there's some of the items I have purchased and then sold at retail. That's an earning, you know, as well. And, you know, with the prices the way they are, gosh, I don't know another company that is 40 years old that goes down in prices. You know, you tell people that, really? You know? And I said, yeah, their quality is still ace. People hear about them, people know about it. I went into a brand new chiropractor and he said, teach me about it. Teach me about magnets. I thought, am I dreaming? Pinch me, you know? So people are wanting to hear, you know, like I said, and, you know, let me help you as well. And Patricia, you know, any of us here, to not convince these people, but give them the information so that they don't just buy and not know, but, you know, really have time to be comfortable and confident in their decisions.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one part of her question that the waterfall retails for $249, and it used to be $389. So the fact is that they've figured out a way to drop that price down so that more people can get it. And the filters, the replacement filters, you can get on auto ship. So that's where the discount comes. And then we also have the sports bottles, and then the replacement filters for those you can get through your auto ship. So if you look at that price list that's under auto ship on your home page, you can see that what all you can get delivered in your auto ship and what is actually at a discount for you and then your customers. That I think, and I can help you with that too, like Ruth said. Just my information's on that Get Connected sheet. So.
Okay, now one more question. Is the shipment of the items, is that catching up now? Because I still have not received all of my stuff. And that's a hard sell for me to be telling people, yeah, well, you can order the stuff, but I don't know where you can get it.
Yeah, that's an unusual situation that you got into. I've never seen Nikken shut down for 5 days. I mean, that's unheard of. They had a 1,000+ increase in business that they had to shut down to even make it, you know, where it is. Now, some of the items, like I know this one sleep systems, I guess, are probably mid-March, but give it, you know, a couple more weeks and it will be back smooth sailing like it's been.
Okay, because I haven't gotten my protein shakes yet, the magnets, or my topper.
Right. And neither have I.
All of that coming in March?
One of the last dates I saw was like March 13th or 15th, something in there. Yeah. And I keep checking for you, Rose. So, you know, I keep trying to pull them in. Of course, I am going to go see them on Sunday. I'm going to California. I'll rattle their cage, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I have big say there. So, all right, Gary.
Okay, I'm done now for now.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Gary. Let's talk about a little bit of taking these ads and how to do that from social media.
Okay. First, Rose, it's only on the nutritionals and the skincare line that you get the 25% off. There are a lot of other products that you can order on auto ship, like the shoe insoles and the replacement filters, but they do not carry that 25% discount. But, you know,
Okay.
what I usually do, if, for instance, if I sell a waterfall, I'll contact that person and I'll say, hey, you know, you're going to need those filters depending on how many people are in your household every 3 months or every 6 months. So, you know, let's go ahead and put those on auto ship so that you can get those and you don't even have to think about them. Because within that auto ship, you can either do it monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh,
You know, and you
okay.
choose how you want to set it up. I think the auto ship is the future. I think you can go ahead and build up a huge monthly order just from adding people to auto ship. The best one I've seen doing this is Sean Everett, Jeff just posted an interview with him. I know he's got thousands of dollars auto ship already coming through his distributorship. So
Susan Bolton from Canada also. Huge.
yeah, right. What I'm going to do is go ahead.
I'm sorry, Gary. I did have a question for you because, again, I'm not too technology advanced here. I have a Facebook page, but I'm also bilingual. I'm Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So is there such a thing as a Spanish Facebook that I can post all of this stuff in? Because that's a whole total other market that I can tap into.
Well, you can, when you build your page, you can make it in any language you want to on Facebook. I mean, you can have a business page in English and you can have a business page in Spanish. You can have a business page to market to golfers, and you can have a business page to market to people with fibromyalgia. You know, you can customize that business page however you want it.
And by being in another language, like you mentioned on your YouTube, which you may be mentioning now also, but learn to find the trigger words that have the higher activity, and you put that in Spanish, you've got thousands of people to connect with because of your terminology and a different language. You've got a double whammy there.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
But yeah, I think if I was targeting the Latino market, I would definitely have a Facebook page, business page in Spanish as well as in English. And
we shouldn't forget here though to go. You still have to sign up for international.
what?
International sales. Don't we have to go through the certification or the questionnaire on that?
I'm not sure if that's still a requirement or not. It's been so long since I took that test. Of course, you got to be a senior before you can sponsor internationally, but I think she's talking about just marketing to people within the U.S. or within her markets that are primarily Spanish speaking.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
For now.
you can, when you're a Nikken distributor in the U.S., you can sell in the U.S. and Canada. Of course, you know, there's Puerto Rico and Guam and a couple other small places we can go or we can market. But you cannot sell products anywhere else right now. 3 years ago, I was running around telling everybody that eventually Nikken is going to be retailing products and not sponsoring distributors. That's going to be the focus of the business. I was telling everybody within 5 years, and it happened in 3. I've been running around for over a year telling everybody that we're going to be able to sell these products anywhere in the world if you're a distributor. And I've been saying 5 years, but I don't think it's going to be that long. I think if you're a distributor in the U.S., eventually you'll be able to sell products in India or China or anywhere else. I mean, that's just, I haven't heard anything other than the same calls y'all heard, but you know, I've been running around saying that for a year. And there's this breakdown of borders that happens because of the internet. Like right now, there are 2 websites in India that sell Nikken products. You're probably not aware of that, but they're getting the product somewhere and they're selling the products in India, even though we're not in India. So there's already that breakdown of boundaries and borders and restrictions that's taking place. And you know, that the internet, there's no way to stop it. Just like I was said 3 years ago, there's no way to stop us from moving to retail, because the way we're doing it now only rewards 1% of the people at the top. And, you know, people won't stay if they're not making money. As an example, if you followed the path of the old way, going from a direct to a senior distributor, your check would be 0. Today, if you follow the path from direct to senior, you'll earn over $500 in check and Nikken reward dollars. So, you know, and some people didn't like that. You know, they were taking it away from the back end and loading the money on the front end. I think that as a result of that, you know, more people will get in and more people will stay in and more people will love their checks. We've seen it 3 years. You know, we've seen everybody's checks that's focusing on retail going up.
Awesome. All right, Gary, let's get started on your question a lot of people have is how to do, I don't know if you want to share your screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen, so y'all tell me when you can see it.
Awesome.
Anything
Can't
yet?
see it yet.
There you
Oh,
go.
there we go. Got it.
Okay. This is my back office. I've logged into my Nikken, and I've actually clicked on the tab of Business Success Suite. Okay, this tab right here. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
And this is the first thing I do when I sign someone up. You know, when they're a new distributor, we want to get them started right. And what I do is I go to this page and I tell them to scroll down to where it says personalized web page. And you see those links right there, web page manager and text editor.
Yes.
I tell them they need to print that 2-page document where it says text editor. Just go ahead and print it out so it'll be in front of them. But open up the web page manager. So this is what the web page manager looks like. Oops, what happened? Okay. This is what the web page manager looks like. And I'm not going to say a lot about this because, you know, they need to go and follow this. I will say this about it. The reason you need to print out that text manager is because the edit my story and edit my favorite is very adaptable. You can create hyperlinks in there, add videos, images. You know, it's almost like building a little web page in there. And that text editor page will show you what all those icons mean when you go over there, and you won't be, you know, overwhelmed. And this is a well thought out, well put together document. You know, they can scroll through there. Not going to say a lot about it, but I am going to say a lot about this right here. Set personal web page username. This is the first thing they need to do. And I don't usually stay on the phone or online with them while they're choosing their name. I tell them this is going to be their name from now on. You're never going to go back and change this. And here's why. Let's say that I chose as my username Wellness Today. And I kept that as my username for a year. And then after a year, I went out and I changed it to Shop Now. Well, every link I've built in the past year is now dead. I've got a year's worth of work that have just fallen off the table, and none of the links work anymore. I'll give it, my personal one is Barnlofter, BARNLOFTER, Nikken.com/Barnlofter. If I were doing it today, I would probably not name it that. But I did then. Now, if I were to go in there and change it, I do my sales through my blog because I have links in my blog. Well, all those links would be dead. They would no longer work. It would just go to a 404 page where it would say content not available. So I tell them, choose something. Now, some people choose something having to do with the wellness industry, you know, like Well Today or Get Better or whatever. Other people I've seen choose a name more conducive to e-commerce, like Shop Now, Buy Here, something like that. But you have to instill in them the idea that this is not changeable. I was looking on someone's site last week, and I found where they had changed their name 3 times. I found 3 different links where they had gone in there and changed their URL name 3 times. They just did not understand that each time they changed it, all the work prior to what they did is gone. You know, it no longer works. Okay? Super important there, right?
Good.
Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Good point.
Now, this is what the editor looks like, the page I told you to print up. And again, this is going to be used. This is just a little thing that shows you how to build those 2 pages, that About Me and that Favorites page. You'll use this. It's just a little 2-page thing. And I suggest that they print it up again and just, you know, have it laying in front of them so that when they go in there and they're adapting those 2 pages, it'll be right in front of them. They'll have to keep clicking back and forth. Now, I also tell folks that they need to go to, in their information, we want to send them to the documents library, if this will work. Okay, so we're in the documents library. And in the search bar, we want to do a search on social, S-O-C-I-A-L, okay? And this social media guide right here. And you want to click on it for every new distributor or every distributor that hasn't set up their Facebook page or you know, hasn't set up their PWP yet. And if it will load, tell me when you can see it.
I will.
Okay, this is the Social Media Guide 2015 Nikken. Most of you probably seen it. This is probably replowing the same ground for several of you, but everyone needs to know about how to set up Facebook. Now, this actually goes through and shows you how to set up a personal page. And it also goes through and shows you how to set up a business page. And what I'll do is if I'm building a new page, see there, it's just great the way they've done it. And this is already available to us. And a couple of things I want to point out here, you'll notice that they've got independent Nikken consultant here in the header. And I think that that's very important. You have to identify yourself as an independent Nikken consultant. So you're either going to have to do that in the header or you're going to have to do that in every post that you make that takes you back to your Nikken page. Now, when I'm doing a new page, I will open this up. I'm talking about within Facebook to this right here, just so it will tell me what size in pixels that I need for each image to be. And again, if I'm in Facebook and I'm setting up a page, I'm going to pull up this just to remind me what sizes the images need to be when I set it up. Now, I'm going to slip over to my Facebook page if the computer will allow me.
Gary.
Yeah.
When we're doing that and it says Nikken consultant,
Yeah.
where do we put in the different names of our website? of our social media.
Of your
You know,
personal web page? Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna. She sent out a video that Janet Robinson and I did.
Yeah.
On how to post on Facebook properly. I see people all the time that are just sharing posts that were done by the, Nikken international homepage, and they don't have any links back to their own personal web page. Or I will post something on Facebook with a link back to my personal web page, and they will share that post. Well, I love them to death for sharing it, but, they're not building their business, they're building mine. Because if somebody clicks on that, they're going to go to my page in order and not theirs. So I'm not going to cover a lot of that today because, there's that video and I've gotten some pretty good feedback from that. It's, goes through and shows you how to do that.
Right.
When you create a page, it's going to ask you for your link back to your home page, and you can actually put a button at the top that says shop now or buy here or whatever you want it to say. And that's where you will attach the link back to your personal web page. But every time you do a post, you should set it up in a way so that if they click the image, it'll go straight back to your personal web page. I see people posting all the time and they don't give anybody a way onto their catalog. Well, there's no reason of posting it. I mean, people are not going to look how to get to your catalog. They're not going to spend a lot of time because, the next one's talking about, the largest collection of ping pong balls in the world. So, they're distracted by some other post. So unless you got it quick and easy for them to get back to your page, they're not going to do it. They're just going to go on to the next one. One thing I want to say about pages, there's a erroneous thing. People think that they can only have one page, but I'll show you. Can you see my Facebook page, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I know my computer's running slow because of the bandwidth, but I actually have 6 pages. 6 different pages, and here they are. This is all 6 of my pages that I have created. Now, I can't tell you that you can create unlimited pages, but I can tell you can create 6 pages. Here's one, beyondthepaleodiet.com, which is a web page or a Facebook page I created to market to the people that are interested in paleo diet. Here's one, Healing Nation. This is the one I'm going to go to, okay? And this is the one I created. I did a little talk in Hiawassee a few weeks ago, and I created this page a few weeks. Actually, I had this page created years ago and just wasn't using it. I created this page to run some trials on just to see how they were, so I could share the results with the crowd. You'll notice I just found an image that I liked on Google, and then I just added Nikken Independent Consultant to the image. Now, I know Nikken already has some images set up in your image library in your My Nikken that you can use. But, I'm not a real artsy guy, but I thought, I don't want to use a cookie cutter when I want something a little different. I came up with this, not saying there's anything wrong with using those, but, I wanted something just a little bit different. And for my image, I downloaded a blue flower so that if anybody was looking for it, I just say, well, search Healing Nation and then look for the blue flower. Now, remember when you first got into Nikken, everybody was talking about you got to build your list and how important your list was. Your business was going to be dependent on your list. Used to be a 100-name list. Well, nothing has changed. That list is still of paramount importance. For instance, I have a customer list. I have many lists. I have a customer list. I've got 1,000 names on it. So I can market to that 1,000-name list because they've already bought products from me. Well, the same is true on this page. This is another list that I have. See these likes right here? These are people that saw a post that I did and liked the post. And I'll show you in just a minute. And you can actually go in and you can market just to the people that liked your post. Now I talked to someone yesterday, you know, and they had 50 likes and said, oh, should I market to my likes? And I said, no, not yet. You know, 50 people is not a big enough pool of people to market to. But, you know, once you get up 1,000 people or more, then yes, you should start marketing to the people that liked your page. Obviously, they like something about your page. Also, when you build a page, don't make it all about Nikken. You know, you have to provide value to the person. I don't want the person coming to this page to just see advertisements for Nikken. They're going to be turned off. They're not going to like the page, and they're going to leave my page. So when I get them there, I want to do something to keep them there. Now, see this Shop Now page? And I think Dr. Rose asked about this. This actually takes them straight to my personal web page. And you can add that to any business page that you create. You cannot add it to your business page. I'm sorry, your personal page. So if I come down through here, you see the first one is widely used heartburn drugs linked to dementia. You know, they've shown that, you know, taking Prilosec and all those other drugs for heartburn actually causes the early onset of dementia. I mean, you know, who wants to take heartburn medicine when there's an alternative in our lactoferrin gold, right? And then here's one, the 10 best healing herbs, or as we say in the South, herbs. But, you know, this has absolutely nothing to do with Nikken. And in here you have a page, the absolute best recipe for optimal bone health. So if someone goes and they were to click on that link, and I'm not going to do it because of this use, you know, that's going to slow the computer down, it will take them back to my bone health page in my Nikken. Now, I put this up just as a trial run, okay? And what I did was I boosted this post. Now, by boosting the post, that means that I paid everybody that clicked on this post in a boost. Have you ever noticed those when you look at your feeds within your personal page, you'll occasionally see one and it'll say sponsored at the top of the post? Well, those are posts that people boosted. Okay, in other words, they targeted an audience with that. So let's look at the results in this one boost or one page that I boosted. Maybe. Sorry, folks, when I'm on Zoom. Okay, so I spent $30 boosting this post a couple of weeks ago. So,
Bless you.
What are the results of that? It showed up on 6,557 people's news feeds. And I had 256 actions. It cost me $30. I had 209 people click the link and took them back to my personal webpage to look at what my bone health solution would be. Okay, 209 people cost me $30. I had 11 page likes. Now that is so important because that right there, that's 11 people that I added to my prospect list. In other words, 11 people that added to my page likes. And I had 17 people to do my post. Now, what were the results of this? Did I sell any products? I sold one bone health pack. And you can figure out I make about 40% on everything that I do because I'm silver and above. So, you know, I more than broke even on this. So this was a profitable post. This was a profitable boost. Now, let's talk about how you boost. In AdWords, like Google, if you go into Google and you pay on clicks based on what search term someone used. But in social media, you actually target particular audiences. So when I boosted this post, I stopped this post being boosted on February 11th, I targeted people between the ages of 25 and 65 that were female, that were interested in alternative medicine, that were located in the United States and Canada. And of course, I had to have a credit card on file as far as how I'm going to pay them. But this gives you even more information than that. So if I click on the people tab here, you can see that 107 of those people that out of that 256 were between the ages of 55 and 64.
Wow.
You know, you can see. So what I would glean from this is I need to be better at targeting my audiences. Obviously, instead of targeting people from 25 up, I should be targeting people from 45 up because it's the most productive for me, you see. And also I can click on countries, and you can see that 88.3% of the people that came to this page were from Canada and only 11% were from the United States. You know, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So, you know, it shows me that people in Canada are more concerned about their bone health than in the United States. But interestingly enough, the one order that I got was from the United States and not from Canada. So, but even if I hadn't got an order, even if I hadn't have made any money on it, those people that liked my page went on my prospect list. And building your prospect list is what's important. And you should have many different prospect lists. Not only like I've got a list of people that like this particular page, Healing Nation. I've got a different list for BeyondThePaleoDiet.com, a different list for Alternative Solutions, on and on and on and on. And each of those represents a list of potential customers or potential business builders. And that's how you build it. Now, if I wanted to, I could come here and I could do this, which is, let me see if I can find it. Let's say I wanted to add budget. In other words, I wanted to run this again. Sorry. Now, I could go in here, and I didn't mean to add that budget, but I did, didn't I? And I can reset my targeting. You see that tab right there? Now, what I can do here is, you see the choices, people who like your page. Once I get 1,000 likes, I can just start targeting those people that liked my page, and instead of targeting people that liked a certain subject. Like, let's say if I were going to sell the shoe insoles to golfers, I could target people that like golf. Or if I was going to target fast pitch girls softball players, I could target that group. You know, it's all about targeting the audience. And once you get very good of targeting the audience, these will be profitable for you. In other words, once you get them set up, they'll be turning out orders for you. I know I put one up on the MagFlex, and I targeted people with back pain. And I sold 6 MagFlexes in a week. 6. I mean, is that outrageous?
It's good.
So I'm going to pause this, and I tell you why. I don't run any paid advertising unless I'm doing a little talk, you know, and I'll do it just so I can share the results of what happens. All my sales come through my website, which is GaryMBolton.com. It's a little blog site that I started a few years ago when I posted about Nikken products, and I have links going from my blog site back to my personal web page. Blog sites are great. They're a little slower about getting started. I know most of you have heard of Nadine's staff. She's like me. She does not do any paid advertising. She just does her blog site. Also, there's a lot of them out there. Wayne Woodworth drives his traffic through his blog site. He also has a great website called getwealthyinwellness.com. And on that site, it's a site just devoted to teaching people how to blog using the Nikken products. And I recommend that to everyone if they're interested in blogging. I think everyone should be blogging simply because it's free or relatively free. Of course, you have to have web hosting, and which costs you about, I don't know, $70 a year, and then you have to register the name of your website, which is $11. It cost me $11 a year to keep GaryMBolton.com. But everyone should be doing that if they're interested in writing. But that's just one part of what I do to drive traffic to my site. It's all about clicks. Being successful online is all about clicks. And there is an unlimited way of getting clicks. If you want to pass out business cards that has the link back to your website, great. If you want to do it through emailing, great. Sending out your site. If you want to do it through comments in forums, if you want to do it through article submissions, if you want to do it through press releases, there is videos on YouTube. If I get to talking about it, I'll just keep on and on and on and on, mentioning ways to drive traffic. This is just one way, okay? I got this text last night. Let me share this text with you. I got it from Esther Smith. I know y'all seen Esther's name on the top 10 as far as retailers for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. She's on my team. And she texted me last night, and I didn't get it till this morning. And she said, been working with Ashley today. She sold $576 retail today. Okay, how would you like to have a brand? What?
Your mic is going in and out for some reason.
Well,
Yes.
Did you hear the text? Or
No.
The message from Esther said, been working with Ashley today. She sold $576 retail today. That's a brand new direct sign up that's on Esther's team. So why did she sell $576 yesterday? And most people in Nikken, it takes them a while to start. Well, the reason is we started 3 years ago focusing on retail. So everybody we bring in, when they ask us what we do, we tell them we're in sales. We retail Nikken products. You sell them to people that have a need. So we never start off by saying, oh, you need to sign up all your family and friends and come into the business. So when you start someone off with the simplicity of, well, you're in sales now and you get paid on everything you sell, then they don't have any expectations of going out and sharing the business opportunity. They just go out and share the products and do the product presentations and talk about what the products can do for the individual with a need, and the people buy the products. We don't confuse them with the fact that there's also a business attached to this. Now, if someone comes up and asks about the business opportunity, sure, we're always interested in finding great people to sell Nikken products. You usually the way they'll usually broach the subject is they'll say, well, are you making any money at this? And you say, well, yeah, I make money at this. I'm not out here, just for my good looks. I'm out here to sell products. So, because we start them out that way, by them realizing that they are a sales force, then they go out and sell, and they're not confused about what their goal is. And a Facebook post on your web page like this, your business page, is all about just driving traffic back to your PWP so that they can order it. Now, I've had several people say, oh my gosh, how long did it take you to build that picture right there? Huh? I bet I've had 20 people ask me. And I said, well, yeah, it took me about 2 minutes. I searched bone health in Google, and I clicked on the images tab, and I went through 3 pages, and I found this image right here. And I downloaded it to my computer, and then I re-uploaded it into this ad. You know, if I scroll on down the page, you know, again, I'm offering content. Here's one about ibuprofen killing people. Did y'all know that?
Mhm.
Here's one about sniffing rosemary can increase your memory by 75%. This particular article has changed my daily activity. I have rosemary plants in the yard, and I go out there every day, and I'll snip off a tip of it. I'll smell it, and then I'll stick it in my pocket, and I'll take it out several times a day and sniff it because it's shown to increase memory by 75%. Holy cow, I want that. Don't you? Okay, and then if I keep scrolling down, well, the computer's really slowing up. So here's one about earthing, okay, and here's one about osteoporosis, and then look at that. Now I put this up in Hiawassee when we did the call over there, and I boosted this post, and I spent $5 on it, and it brought in 1 sale, 259 PV.
Yay!
Now I do get the questions from time to time. You know, we're limited in what we can do as far as images is concerned. If you go into your documents library and you read up on the advertising compliance department, you're only supposed to use images that are Nikken images. And somebody pointed out to me, well, this is not a Nikken image, but it is. You see this jar right here? This is a Nikken certified image. And this one right here is the same thing, just a smaller one. It's just the background is different. Now, could they say something to me about this? Probably. But my argument would be, well, I am using the Nikken images. It's just I laid it over the top of something. Well, I didn't actually lay it over the top of anything. I went into Google and I found this image and I used it. I operate under, as far as these images and such as that, there's no harm, no foul here. And I think it's a lot easier to get forgiveness than it is permission. So, you know, I go ahead and use it. Now, if they come down on me, I'll change the way I do things.
But your
You know.
Your intention is to get out the message and be attractive in the message.
That's right.
And
that's right. So I know that's a lot of information in a real short period of time. Is any questions about any of that?
Can't hear you, Gary.
I said that's a lot of information in a short period of time. I don't know if there's any questions about that.
Well, Gary, what I feel that you've done here is people reviewing that video, this has built on that. And I think you just gave us more meat. I personally, one that would usually go like this when it came to social media and technology, and I would, you know, defer it. Yeah. I realized that, you know, I'm so passionate about that, and I can't delegate that out. And you've made it palpable, you know, ready for me to take it in and want to do this and do it with ease. You take 15 minutes in a day to put up an ad, and, you know, you've got huge potential to build every day. You know, that goes back to what we've known in no matter what we do, consistent, persistent steps, you know, carrying out a worthy idea, you're going to get results.
Well, two, if when you find one of these boosted posts that works, in other words, you're spending, let's say, $10 a day, and it's bringing you in $15 a day in sale, in income, okay, then you've got an oil well. You just put that baby up on the shelf, right? And you just keep spending that $5 or $10 a day to pump out those results. And that thing is working when you're sleeping, you know, when you're on vacation, when you're at the pool, it's working constantly. And there's no maintenance to do other than to go in and make sure it's still profitable. Now, when you first start, there's going to be this cumulative effect that happens. I'll give you an example. I put up a post on the waterfall, and I spent, I think it was like $90, something like that, on the waterfall. I sold 2 waterfalls. That made the whole post profitable. But what I thought was interesting is I had 95 people to share that post to their page. That's 95 people that put my advertising out there for free. So now again, I have no ads running. I have no post boosted. But imagine if I kept that post running constantly, even if it was just $5 or $10 a day, then I would be constantly having people to share the post to their friends list. I'd be constantly having people liking my page, which is just adding to my prospects list on this particular page. So there's a cumulative effect that happens in that, you know, it will grow over time. So somebody says, well, I posted a ad and I spent $5 and I didn't sell anything. I said, well, did you get any likes? They said, oh yeah, I got 5 likes. I said, okay, well, that's progress. Did you have any shares? Yeah, I had 1 share. Okay, that's great too. Would you have paid $5 to got them those likes and that share? I mean, was it worth it to you? I mean, the biggest cost we have is customer acquisition. So, you know, you've already added people to your list and you've already had more people see it simply because somebody shared it.
That's right. That's right. Well, I just want to say thank you, Patricia, Gary, and for all on this call and for the fact that we're going to be able to, you know, go over this again. You know, there was a lot of information, and I know I myself, I'm going to share it with my daughter who is helping me with social media, but, you know, we're going to go over it together and really break it down. Go to something you mentioned on that first YouTube, go to the Europe website, you know, play around with this, make it familiar, not foreign, and build your list. And before you know it, you're going to have many lists and many people. And just think about helping one person today and make that a goal for every day. So I just want to say God bless you all. And I'm honored to be amongst all of you. Thank you. And have a very, very
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.